You are connecting to CampusLink. My name is Rodrigo.
My name is Lupo. We showcase the best of Vrije Universiteit Amsterdam.
We are Full Campus Radio,
Connecting the campus.
Hello everyone, welcome to a new episode of CampusLink. Today we are with Ksenia and with Alexander. They are from Choice LGBTQ+, and we want to talk more about their project and very, very exciting things for the student community. Ksenia, can you introduce yourself and how are you doing?
Yes, hi everyone, and hi Rodrigo. Thank you for inviting. Really appreciate this. Yes, I'm Ksenia. I'm based in the Netherlands for 10 years. I have an international business management background, and more than 10 years, I'm kind of more focusing on digital strategies and brand strategies, from bringing brands from offline to online, setting up virtual presence, driving e-commerce projects. But also I have worked in strongly regulated industries, overseeing compliance, tech product rollout, campaign management, and also scaling markets of 500,000 turnover per day. And yeah, for the past 3 years, almost 4 years, I would say, I'm on my entrepreneurial journey with Alexander, but he will mention more about his side in a minute. And our focus is, again, lying with the digitalization and how can we use technologies for humanity. So one of our startups, MDX, it's actually experimental hub for media backed by IT science, where we reinvented advertising. And we are focusing on shaping the sustainable future of media consumption, media distribution, especially focusing on the 3D environments as an emerging publishing industry. Also doing consulting on branded go-to-market strategies, and actually Choice is a corporate social responsibility initiative by MDX, because we do see that while we live in a very technology-savvy world, we still need to talk a lot about culture and values. So sustainability is one of the topics that's really important for us, but diversity and inclusion, it's also something that we care about on a personal level, but also we see that on a global level, we need to speak out and take more action and bring more awareness in it. But yeah, let's deep dive a bit further, but that's shortly about me.
Amazing. Thank you. Thank you so much, Ksenia. And Alexander, how are you? And can you introduce yourself?
Yes, definitely. Hi from Israel, where I'm located right now. And thank you to having us on this amazing experience and give us a chance to communicate with the students. And I will be introduce myself less official and more fun way. We will be like at bad cop and good cop with Ksenia today. I'm 37 years old and I'm with technology all my life. But when I grew, I have no devices that we have a possibility of technology, but I'm super love it. My corporate experience was super diverse, and as my living place where I'm located, I'm traveling a lot all my life. And regarding technology, we are super excited to driving a lot of initiatives, but corporate experience coming from Israel, from financial sector, is a super boring. I don't want to deep dive, but I would like to say that the first technology in company where I'm worked that is bringing for trading currencies. I see a lot of change in the technology. And from this point, we are made with Ksenia 7 years ago. I hope so. In Madrid, and we are starting to be together and driving everything together. And every day we have a lot of conversation, a lot of hours on the phone and digital life. And we are living digitally long time by phone and communications for some time in Israel, some time in Europe. We are using technology. And we are here to stand for impact, to sharing with people good thoughts and try to showing easily way to adopt technology, how we can communicate with the technology. We stand for human computing interaction, and we try to focusing on the end user who we are. And we are trying to make it some beautiful things. And this technology is supposed to be help us, not to destroy us.
Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you so much for that, Alexander. And Ksenia, to get back to you, I would like to know more about what is the history of Choice, how they all started, and how is it look like right now? What are you guys doing? What are your projects?
Well, yeah, I think we will share this question a little bit back and forth, but I would say that Choice idea came to Alexander around 3 years ago from his personal needs. And initially, and just to make a statement, like Choice is LGBTQIA plus community, but we stand for diversity, equity, and inclusion. We are a community of people that believe in humanitarian culture, where everyone is appreciated, everyone is included. And it's a kind of new, not new, it's a mindset that we would like to enable, like in the world, that we should not care about where we come from, like our ethnicity or gender or sexual orientation, as well as social economic status. This all should not matter because we're all humans. I don't know, Alexander, if you want maybe to give a bit of a story of your personal story, why you wanted to start an initiative. And it was not called Choice initially, it was just idea stage, and we had different names, but in the end, we thought that everything is choice in your life. You choose to be good person, bad person, or you choose certain actions, directions. And that's like the story of the name and what's behind as well.
Alexander?
Yeah, I will be glad to sharing. First of all, it's a great example how the idea can become the community, and also like it in real time, showing that it's not happening in one time. If you really have idea and something to deliver for humans, you need to believe in this and not give up and something not going. Because actually, like a main pillar of Web3, because Choice is Web3 approach, purely approach of Web3 community that is growing in the DAO, decentralized autonomic organization already. And transparency. And would like to communicate that I was born in a Soviet society, a Soviet Union society, and my parents that they living in Israel, they still have this mindset. It's also like a great example how is diversity working. And when I grew and was a lot of personal family things is happening to understand that there's like a diversity, not fair place for people. Because a part of family is Belarusian family, and my grandfather was repression by Stalin, and the grandfather killed himself because like suicide himself. Unfortunately, sad story, but super transparent because he afraid Soviet society. But second part of family, they was Jewish, it's not welcoming, and top of them, I'm gay. And a gay man. And this is kind of mix of all my traveling family stories, like boiled this idea long year. But definitely something happened was conflict with my parents, because like a Soviet society not supporting LGBTQIA plus, and they love me as a son and know about me a lot, but they can accept opinion of society and around. And was super sad. And from these points, I was in Israel and started thinking, okay, I'm a guy who loves technology. Do we have any application or some digital space where I can go and talk about just my problems, that my parents not supporting me, like it maybe is supposed to be a coming out in the right way. Yeah, it's education's coming. How I can communicate in preparing parents in this case. And unfortunately, I didn't find any application. And also dating apps, that was like, it also said it was second, like it pushed to a building. And I started to talk with Ksenia and supporting me immediately. And in this case, we started to live with this idea. It was a couple of names, people come on the project, people left of the project. The person who is bringing name as a choice. It's also person was with us, but not continue right now in the active way as we are doing. It's okay. It's life project that is growing. If you're following your dream and idea and it's really something impactful, you need to just be on this way. And when is Web3 is coming, when is metaverse coming, we start to understand that we don't need to think how we can build application, because mobile application, something past. We need to and more immersive way to educate people. And from this point, we start using virtual reality, or you name it, metaverse or 3D social network. We are gathering and building community at the moment by using existing technology. But Choice have a huge ambition and will have independent virtual reality by Choice with economic insight, with a Choice coin, because like the blockchain and NFTs.
That's more, sorry to interrupt you, but that's more towards the future, right? Let's try to, because right now I'm trying to understand how the idea became to fruition, that it was to recap for folks listening to us, is really this need of belonging that you didn't have is in Israel, or also with your family. So you wanted to connect these passions of you, which is like technology, but also your identity, right? And that's how choice came to be, and then you met Ksenia, and it was like the perfect combination, and you started to think how we can make this a reality where people can feel included and can feel, even if it's in a virtual environment. So we make it in a completely globalized way. Is that correct?
You're completely right. It's completely right. And this is coming by situation, and the idea is growing, and the current technology help us to shape and doing what we do.
And if I may add as well, as me and Alexander, like for 4 years, we are like working together, like closely as entrepreneurs and co-founders of all the initiatives. Of course, even though choice did arise from personal needs, we also understood the bigger problems LGBTQIA plus community is facing, which is a fragmentation, a global fragmentation. You have so many Latin communities like in Latam, in America or Australia, everywhere in the world. And in the countries where LGBTQIA plus is not welcome, there is no possibility to connect and get even help or ask a question. And that was our main driver as well, that we already have technologies there. We already can use it in a way to connect people and fill this gap, to create a safe space. And that's what is important for us. And it's still a kind of main mission of choice.
All right. So you are particularly catering maybe societies that have where the LGBTQ plus community have more difficulties connecting to each other, and especially on top of the dating scene, which obviously is very different from what you guys are trying to do. So you have this community that is online that allows people to connect together, especially in those regions of the world where it's not as easy to do. Is that the case?
It's all inclusive.
It's all inclusive.
It's also for those. It's for everyone, because even though, okay, some countries it's illegal, like 67 countries it's still illegal to be LGBTQI plus.
Yeah.
You still have, even Netherlands, we have cases of non-inclusion. So it's everywhere in the world. It's about mindset and people that still they do care and they do pay attention at the things that we should not.
All right, that sounds amazing. Do you have perhaps some stories or anecdotes of people that have reached out to you and how this community has helped them in their own personal context?
Definitely. Maybe I will elaborate a bit because
I thought about Patrice directly because I think it's a beautiful case.
Yeah, I will mention. Great. I completely agree with you. So choice is LGBTQIA plus community. We just to take it this angle, but again, we stand for diversity, equity, and inclusion. And this different type of diverse team. We it stands for education, not only connect, but also education. The virus of different people coming with the age. We have younger one is 18 years, but older one is 53. And I would like to talk about the person. The person, he is from France. He is an artist. And he is discovering technology by computing more than 40 years. But he have sustainability with his at one arm. And here building virtual reality and really is match that is happening. I'm talking with Patrice every day, that morning, and we're discovering virtual reality. We are planning our independent reality. We are doing beautiful 3D modeling. He is a singer. He is writing with oil and with a tech as well. He doing a lot, but once, I don't know if I can share, but it's kind of private things maybe, but I will be close to this idea. But once when we talk with him, he told before I made the choice, I feel not super inclusive by all his life supporting family, small city, and he got some safe space for him. He is a Australian person, and he's a builder. He found his direction as virtual reality, and he discovering, and we put more people to be interesting for him because we around have sub communities inside because Web3 is so huge. But many people, everyone who is coming in the choice, this team member, he provided some story about him. Who is he and why he is enjoying? It's to following in 1 year, which kind of transformation choice made with the people. And it's a lot of open stories that I can share, but everyone is unique and every voice is heard and everyone has beautiful stories. But Patrice, he's an amazing guy who has got like it's very great feelings with the choice. And actually he will be tomorrow in local television with a podcast about metaverses where he will be mentioning choice as well in France.
Ooh, we're going global. No, we do see this pattern of like people coming and they really come with a purpose. That's also one of the points of the community. And we had also stories of like even one girl coming out with the choice, or some people start creating together, learning from each other. So it can be anything from social impact to human rights to Web3 to immersive tech. Like for us, what's important is to give opportunities to people and support them, and we can grow together.
Amazing. This is very inspiring. Thank you for sharing. And let's move towards the present. The present. What are you doing in terms of events, or in terms of activities? How does this community crystallize in both the real world and the virtual world?
So I would say that, of course, virtual is more of our presence, even though we did have some physical presence, especially in Amsterdam, as I'm based here. And actually, Choice went live from an NFT collection that we co-created with NFT Playground. Live Anchors is Bart van Morseveen, who is
Nice.
also a part of our community and core team. And that was more of a physical, let's say, engage, because NFT Playground was handling events. And we also have Not First Tuesday event where we were presenting. But of course, for us, our community is online. So we use Discord as a community tool where you can come find the topics. And we have different types of channels. It's from educational, entertaining, open chats, but also human rights, transgender health, art. I don't know if I'm missing something out, but yeah, I guess we are growing. We're also open to adding more channels. And virtual events, we normally host like every couple of weeks. Right now, our schedule is a little bit shifted because of the Global Digital Pride campaign. And I think we want to tackle it also separately. But before we deep dive into this initiative, because we think that this is an exciting opportunity also for uniting everyone and also attracting students to come in, we were hosting like educational session in the Metaverse Spatial. So it's a new upcoming 3D social network where you can come in with your avatar and basically host an event. And we were doing educational sessions again on the health, on human rights with Kakuma refugee camp in Kenya. And also me and Emily Rodriguez, our community member, we were hosting Be Another Man in Web3. That was like quite a lineup. And I think it was the most frequent one. So we were playing around with the concept of, okay, if we are in Web3 and we are shifting to a new iteration of internet, we need to think of culture. And in that culture, everyone is inclusive. And of course, if we think about it, everyone is a minority except the white straight man in the world. And we wanted to play around and say, okay, be another man in Web3, man meaning human, but also playing around a little bit with the man concept and covering different topics from creator economy to NFT to metaverse to community building, gaming. So we have all the sessions on Vimeo. So it's all open. We have great speakers, very knowledgeable at the forefront of the community building and also different Web3 projects. So that was like our activity. And that's how we were also building community and also engagement in the community. So people come and they really want to initiate new topics and then come to our Discord, do the post discussions as well. So I would say this is like main pillars of Choice and how we are being active. If you want to add something.
Definitely. We're exhausted. We're inspired and exhausted at the same time because we're super active is about Web3, because we have Transgender Talk by Dr. Anita Prasad, as we India campaign sub communities that we are supporting as well. We're doing Twitter spaces, and personally we are invited in many parties that communities organized around us. We have Dob Stilo music club. This is super talented LA based with a club and artsy that they're doing NFTs. The people within our community and always welcome. And we have a lot of people who organize different spaces. We are everywhere, but exclude like at Facebook products, like at no Facebook, like at a bit Instagram, but mostly is a Twitter, Discord, and the special. And LinkedIn definitely, because this is a great platform with a business background, where super transformate with a new culture, where you can show your experiences and talk more professional way, not just with fake pictures. Like in Instagram, I like it do not support this at all. Because we need more interaction to understand who is behind, to hear a story, but be everywhere.
Amazing. So choice is really about engagement with the LGBTQ plus community. So would you think that you want to become a reference in Web3 for the LGBTQ plus community? You think that?
I think, yes, we already kind of are. Not like drawing the stars above our heads, but definitely that's also kind of initiative where we want to bring everyone together. We in Web3, we don't have a competition. So to be honest, we don't want to be like one and the only. We invite everyone because this is a Web3 culture. If we really want to make a change for LGBTQIA plus rights or even diversity, equity, and inclusion, we need to be all together, like speaking up. And that's why we definitely are on the radar of the Web3 communities as the ones that are advocating these values, but we're also connecting other communities with us because we want to have the joint journey and celebrate beautiful life together and, again, create opportunities for each other.
That's beautiful. And in terms of the community, how many people do you have? From where are they from?
Oh my God, yeah. So on a Discord, we have around 200 people, but quite engaged. But in total, like of all the socials, I would say we have 1,200 or something. And we recorded that we have more than 25 countries.
Wow.
So actually, I think we can cover everything from Australia to Asia to Europe to US and Latin America. So we have representatives from like all over the globe. And our goal is to have all the countries, of course. We keep growing and people keep joining. Yeah, I guess it's time to also mention a Global Digital Pride campaign because that's also kind of a big initiative that we started recently. In April, we kicked off in Miami and Tokyo. And with this campaign, we would like to show the diversity and culture of different places in the world and to let everyone celebrate Pride, even if they cannot in their country or physically we just can't travel to all the countries and all the cities in the world.
Yeah.
With this campaign, exactly, we want to bring all the communities and unite everyone from creators to brands, tech companies, and also educational institutions to stop the rainbow washing.
All right.
I don't know. Have you heard of this term?
No, I had never heard of this.
Actually, you have like pink marketing or rainbow marketing and rainbow washing. That's also, I think, a little bit more closer to greenwashing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know you know this term. Because every year we see a lot of brands commercializing the aspect of LGBTQ plus or diversity and inclusion. And on one side, there is always a positive impact in the sense of bringing awareness and people paying attention. Even if you buy stuff, they do donations. Okay, this is like a normal model.
Okay.
At the end, of what's important is to actually bring these values to physical world and to let people understand what diversity and inclusion are, but they don't do that. And for us, we see this sense of unity is really missing. Everyone is just doing separate initiatives and kind of like even maybe a bit of a competition between countries, between communities. That's really not the way to go. It's a dead end. And with this campaign, we really want to unite everyone and also show the beauty of secure and immersive technologies to accelerate this culture that we propose. And driving adoption, because that's also something like maybe some people are like, what is spatial? What is metaverse? Why do I need to be there? We also face this barrier of the adoption. And with Pride campaign, as this is virtual events where we showcase the culture, where we get great programs arranged, people would have a reason to show up, at least to check and at least to see. So there are different angles of this campaign that we try to cover, unite, and yeah.
What kind of events are taking place and when is this Pride taking place?
Maybe I can elaborate a bit more because to add it a bit, because you can check always Global Digital Pride 23 hashtag, and you will see more is going in any like it's social, but co-creation is kind of main pillar. And we are doing a lot of education to educate the culture. We have a workshop on the Miami Pride. It was about wearables, about digital wearables, because it's also sustainability coming by if we are not buying clothes, because mostly of them we are buying just to show people different clothes, to make it pictures about, but it's not good impact for our world. And this topic is fashion is a big one. And for Miami Pride, it was collaboration by Giancarlo. And he is lecturing a lot of time and many like at organization and university. Is
Amsterdam
Fashion Academy.
Academy. Yeah, yeah. And now he's in Hogeschool Utrecht, with whom we also partner really closely.
Nice.
Yeah. Thank you helping with like Dutch universities for me.
Yeah, I knew that. I have to take over. But yeah, continue, please.
Cool. Yeah. And also it was campaigns that are starting by him. He produced a variable that we communicate and explain, but this was history about LGBT house pattern, inspirations coming. It was very interesting lecture, but it's going more interesting. Yesterday I was announcing about collaboration, but by one organization is a Unit Lab.
Unique Labs, yeah.
Unique Labs, and Dean James, she is like a top woman in the metaverses by Yahoo Finance, and she wearing this is digital wearable. It was beautiful video and music about Avatar, and is going. And we are like an open call for more designers, but also we are co-creating with the artist who is producing visual art. We are showing culture of Tokyo, for example, was very interesting local artist that show his paint as an NFT as well. But also we try to introduce different community, learn culture, and the music is a big part because NFT can cover every digital format. And we are also like a stand for music and will be a gaming in pipeline. Is a lot of happening, a lot of variables, gamification is not only like an event where you come and can see the space and learn more inside. You can be a benefit if you are involved and collected something, a lot of gamification that has been driving people. But also it will be augmented reality. This is a continue of this beautiful variables by Giancarlo was campaign on the avatar, but variable is an augmented reality filter come. People also can like it wearing some digital, and we are solving the problem about sustainable fashion that we can be a present. If you want to be a naked, filter will cover you.
Yeah, would be cool if we could overlay it on us right now to do the podcast with this variable. Let's try. Maybe we can do that.
Maybe that's something that we can implement.
More experimentation.
Yeah.
But yeah, a little bit to add with like the program and events and this concept of co-creation. We don't have all the programs ready and finalized. We have 30 plus countries and 40 plus cities. And we just hosted Miami and Tokyo with cultural programs. So yeah, Miami was covering a little bit more fashion. We had live streaming of DJs from Stockholm and Argentina. Ines Lofi, thank you for that. It was really beautiful. And in Tokyo, we had a more, let's say, longer program as well, because it turned out almost 3 hours, but it was a mix of singing, art, poetry. Isadora Futuradora, she's based in the Netherlands. She gave a meta poetry. It was really beautiful. We engaged communities. We spoke about diversity and inclusion. We showcased some film as well that's a studio from Canada, and they're creating the game where when you own NFT, you can decide what happens next. And the concept of co-creation is exactly like when you open to the community and everyone can come and contribute. The ideas, the program, the speaking, or what Alexander was mentioning, the art or wearables. So it's really shaping with the community is a new concept of building your idea as well. Because in the startup world, and we learned to deliver the minimal viable product or something super ready. And that's when you can go to market and you can start looking for people to use your product, to buy, invest, etc.
Consumers.
Yeah, consumers, but yeah, I would say stakeholders, as well, because it's much bigger. It's also about your partnerships or investors. And this is just fundamentally, let's say, wrong approach, because how can you ensure that you deliver value to the people for whom you created? And this co-creation, it comes with the building with the community. And this Global Pride is all about co-creation. And we just invite everyone to come and contribute in the way that they want, that it feels good to them. And let's see how the next programs will shape. But of course, the focus is the culture, because one of the missions is to show the culture of the place where the Pride is. So the next Pride will be, I believe, on 20th of May. It's Brussels. And then we have Birmingham and Cyprus. And June, July, we don't know how to do it, but there are like 21.
Yeah.
There is 21 events in June. that we try to batch and combine. But definitely we need some more people. So more than welcome to join you as well, by the way.
It's fun.
If I understand, the Digital Global Pride is all about co-creation, education, bringing cultural experiences from these more local pride events and connecting them together, and just really becoming a safe space for people to express their identity. Wow, that's super exciting. I think this is definitely a great idea. And how do you think this can be interesting for the student community? How can the student community actually engage into this digital global pride? What do you think about this?
I think that we are really open to any different kinds of contributions. And for students, you're always looking for some experience, and we can really help you to get your experience, whether you want to be a community builder or a marketeer or curator or, I don't know, produce virtual events and to have this experience. We are happy to host you, to help you, to also give you our knowledge and learnings, connect you with our community, because in our community, there are a lot of professional people as well from the Web3 space, the creators and builders and artists and digital fashion designers who are ready to talk. This is also a beautiful opportunity to get out of the social bubble, whether it's a university bubble or Instagram and Facebook, and jump and talk to people. I would summarize it this way. I don't know if you, Alexander, have another perspective.
Definitely, you're a bad cop, I'm good cop. You remember, yeah? Like you can just to come as a student and enjoy to listen music and see how is people doing, and this is going to be also contribution to just adopt this information that we are passing, can be a part of this celebration and be happy and sharing with everyone, because a lot of benefits and rewarding, interesting things is coming, because the stride leave people with a good mindset, thoughts, and some small surprises and kind of present, digital present.
Amazing. And for all those people listening to us from Amsterdam, are you guys going to have something in the city with the Pride? What are the plans? Is there anything that you can reveal?
We do think of the digital experiences. So it's basically digital is our focus, but having some physical experiences are also interesting for us. We don't have solid plans in the cities. We are in a kind of negotiation of one collaboration I cannot reveal yet. But definitely, if there is something physical happening, we'll all be announcing it. And we are thinking of Amsterdam, we are thinking of Berlin, Madrid, Lisbon. So some European cities where we do have a little bit more, let's say, network. But that's
So
also a call for co-creation of a physical event, also for students if they want to help and take part. And
Yeah, that we have LGBTQ plus student association here at the FU. They might be interested. It's something to discuss. Yeah.
it's very interesting because, again, choice, we have approach that we communicate at Web3, what we're doing, but we have some programs and some initiative inside. And we are it stands for LGBT Africa, we're supporting and helping to make a transformation and really bring people on the bit basement, because they like it even sometimes with water in food. Or India, for example, a third gender toilet that is Dr. Anita driving by this initiative is one way what we are doing. But also we are starting some university program, and Applied Science University already a couple of courses with us, and we would love to engage students, because Web3 is this kind of beginning only, and we are first adoption, but this is culture will be aimed for a new generation, Gen X and Gen Alpha. And I think students exactly a targeting audience who will be using this technology and who will be enjoy and understand this technology. And the university program, very interesting. And we actually, by choice, by our knowledge, we would love to be a technical umbrella that we can provide some things that your university and an organization can be contact with the university in I don't know, Germany, or even a Chile or Peru, where's people speaking, because there's also a good way by technology engage in learning experience and think how we can achieve our goal, because the organization is coming to make an impact. globally when like students by different university, different countries can communicate and have special channel events. So like we will provide all tech things and be united and work under a big problem more globally and explain the culture locally. Because Pride is proof of concept, like it about community in short time. Yeah, because we started already like it in April, but we will be finished in November. But I'm thinking from this, we still learning, is co-creating, open calling, more people coming with proposal. Like we got some beautiful invite from Greece celebrating kind of themes, this beautiful builder, and he asking, can I host in my place? And just completely historical and cultural place. But also we got the guys from Sao Paulo. It's a couple of guys that coming and work with us and start to bringing more people and more organization. And if it's the choice is going to be a place where you can find whatever you need, not only for LGBTQIA+, but about diversity, equity, and inclusion in safe space.
Amazing. That's beautiful and really inspiring. Super excited to see the next events. So, can you share a little bit more? What are the next virtual events that you're going to have and where people can find more about Choice?
You can find more about Choice on any social network. We do announcements on Twitter, on LinkedIn, on Instagram, but also welcome to join our community in Discord. That's where you will be mostly updated. But also, I think maybe we can also, with the podcast, share the link tree, because then you can find any kind of places where you can get on, all the virtual spaces. So feel free to explore. The next big events is, as I mentioned, is the Global Pride. So it's 20th of May, Brussels. But meanwhile, we will do some Twitter spaces and we might host some virtual events, maybe with some cool Australian speaker. That's what we are planning. We just spoke with him today, Martin Stark. So I would say no solid like date for mid events, but yeah, 20th of May is the first one that I have in my mind that we are working towards.
Amazing. Do you have any last comments, Alexander? Invitation to the student community? Something that you want to say?
Yeah, I would like to say comment, try to see if you like it or not, and easily to be a part of this beautiful, I think, movement. I think beautiful, and hope so that people love it. Maybe something will be new, not understandable, easy, catch me directly. I'm super present. And again, culture Web3, we are not working like it on some structures that I'm like a founder and I can talk only with the top management. It's not working. We're super open and try to be 24/7 like a talk. Even you don't want to be like a present in the community and you would like to have some interview or talk and explanation by myself or Ksenia or even someone. Feel free, and thank you for this beautiful opportunity to talk with the students, because this is actually our targeting audience. This is generation will be using what we are discovering and try to educate. And I'm appreciated to be a part of this beautiful podcast.
I'm glad. Thank you. Thank you for both of you to participating today. It was really a pleasure to learn more about Choice. And well, the invitation is open for all the students to come, to join, to engage, to learn, and to, be happy. So thank you so much for everyone, and enjoy the rest of your day. Bye-bye.
Thank you, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.